Since Rupert Wyatt left the Planet of the Apes franchise, did he find any success in The Gambler like he did in Rise of the Planet of the Apes? Let's find out. The Gambler is directed by Rupert Wyatt and stars Mark Wahlberg, John Goodman, Brie Larson, Jessica Lange, and many more. And this is a remake of the 1974 film starring James Caan of the same name. It's about a college professor who lives another life as a gambler who is in a lot of debt. I mean, a lot of debt. Thousands and thousands of debt. And he has to get money by a certain time period or some bad things are going to happen to him. And he's the kind of guy that doesn't feel any remorse and knows that he doesn't have this money, is going nowhere pretty much with his life, and doesn't want to drag this young college student played by Brie Larson into his life and build this relationship. And so I was kind of looking forward to this film. It looked decent. Mark Wahlberg looks like he lost a lot of weight for this role, and I was just excited to see it. And it's a bit of a letdown. It has some good things going for it. It also has some bad things going for it. What I did like about it is the scenes when Mark Wahlberg is gambling his money away. It's intense, and I feel something for it. And when he loses the money, I could see it in his face that he lost his money and he knows that he lost it. Because I've been down that road where I've lost a few $100s while gambling, and it sucks. And I could just really be in the moment that he is losing all this money, and I felt something towards the character. Most of the film is like, a lot of it is just a speech. There's this long college class scene that just goes on forever a little bit, and I just look at it like a boring filler. So they're focusing more on like the relationship with the girl and his college course, and it just seemed a little bit long for me, and it just was a filler that just wasn't needed. And I wanted to get more into the intense gambling scenes and his life being threatened by the people that he owes money to. So there's some scenes that I just felt like were a little unnecessary. Everybody gives mediocre performances, I think, except for John Goodman, who doesn't have that much of a role in here, especially just towards the end. He gave a decent performance, but if I would have seen a little bit more of him, I think my opinions would have changed. With the limited amount of screen time that he did have, I enjoyed his role. Other people in the roles like Brie Larson, she was just not needed. They just kind of threw her in the back, and they didn't expand much on the relationship between them two. And also the people that he owed money to, they were willing to hurt him, but I just didn't feel like they were going to do anything bad to him, because they were just, okay, give me the money by this time, I need it by then. They seemed to get more villainous towards him by like saying they're going to do stuff, and they did a couple of things, but I just really didn't feel like the people that he owed money to were all that bad to him and didn't push him like he needed to be pushed. I was expecting more out of the actors that play these people that he owed money to. I was expecting him to be more sinister and villainous towards him, and so I just didn't really care for people that he owed money towards. Especially John Goodman, he seemed to be like a friend to him. He said some things like, I will hurt you if you don't give me this money and your family, but he just seemed like a little bit of a friend. And when you owe money, people, they're not your friends. They're gonna hurt you. So The Gambler was a little bit of a mediocre film with some long speeches throughout that just weren't necessary. Mark Wahlberg, I think, did a pretty good job in here. Just didn't really care that he owed money to anybody, and he knew it. He knew what he was getting himself into and what stuff he had done and all the things that could happen to him. He just did not care about it, and it showed. He was just kind of like bland most of the time and just didn't care about what he was getting himself into. So I'm gonna go ahead and give The Gambler a C. This is Just to Watch His Movies, and I'll see you later. Bye.